and we're gonna get started. All right, so to get started, let's rub our palms together. Take a nice deep inhale in. Let it out. Sealing the left brain, the right brain, the masculine, feminine, the sun and the moon, so that we can live in light and grace, right? Having patience in our lives and compassion, coming from a space of ease and flow. So welcome to our conversation. This is a topic called meditation versus medication. And I started this talk earlier this week, and I'm going to continue. I did an introduction, and I'll kind of recap that introduction. So if you're just joining now, you can be on the same page with my brain. All right, so meditation versus medication. So let's first talk about like what neuroplasticity is. Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself and form new neural connections throughout your entire life. So when you have an experience and your brain can kind of compensate for that injury, that trauma, whatever the disease, whatever adjustment, the activities, it responds to the new situations and therefore, and whatever environment you're in. So in a nutshell, basically, you can retrain your brain is what I'm trying to say, simpler terms. Your potential is not set at birth. Sometimes we just assume that however I was as a child is how I am in my adult life. And the reality is we can shift that. And we can actually strengthen the brain, and we can improve the way we function, the way we create our thoughts, the way we live in the world. And this was once to be believed as impossible, right? No one thought it was possible. Hi Gabe, hi Holly, thanks for joining. And the reality is science has done so many, I mean thousands, guys, thousands of studies have been done on this, that we can mold our brain and we can make an upgrade happen. Just like you can upgrade your computers and your phones, right? So meditation has been proven to be the number one way to get your brain into a place of an upgrade. The number one way, out of the thousands and thousands of studies, the number one way. So I am here today sharing with you the 9 key brain regions that are enhanced through meditation and their massive impact that they can make in your life. They've made it in my life, and that's why I'm sharing this, okay? Because I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety as well, and I was really struggling, and my doctor said, well, here's a prescription. And I felt in my heart space that that wasn't the answer for me. For me, it's not for everybody, okay? We get to decide, right? We have our own free will to make choices. So for me, that wasn't the answer. Hi, Brad. And I actually did contemplate it for a while. I was like, well, you know, I was really struggling and I was in a very dark place. And it took me, really going internal to really discover what was best for me. Because I'm the type of person who doesn't even want to take, Advil for a headache or anything like that. That's just who I am. So in my journey, I turned to meditation. And if you heard the last video, I talked about how I was in an unhealthy relationship. I ended up marrying the guy trying to fix things. It was disastrous. I was total on a roller coaster of emotional tsunamis crashing down. It was like crazy. My anxiety was at an all-time high. My depression was at a low. I was jumping into jobs just to pay bills. Like it was a hot mess, like literally a hot mess, guys. And lo and behold, I got enough courage to walk away from the shitty jobs and the unhealthy relationship, and I thought, okay, everything's gonna be better. This is great. I fixed all my external shit. I got myself together. Yay, Amy. And I was still unhappy. I was like, what's going on here? And then things got worse before they got better. I got in a car accident and I flipped my car upside down. And previous to the car accident, I was healthy. I was hiking and biking and yoga and doing all kinds of activities for my physical body, which also helps with stress. And hi Aryar. I'm not sure if I said that right, but welcome. And I was just really all over the place. And I finally said to a girlfriend, I was desperate. And I was complaining to her. I was like, oh my gosh, my life sucks, this, that, and the other. And she said, hey, Amy, have you ever tried guided meditation? And previous to that, cut back to a second, many years before that, when my brother passed away and then I lost a best friend to suicide because she was suffering from depression, I really started asking tons of questions, like a shit ton of questions, like what is life about? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And that's when like really my meditation practice started in just a natural way. I started listening to music that would help calm me. I started to just see what else was out there in the world, not really understanding meditation specifically, but my spiritual practice of who I am as a person in this world and what kind of life I want to live. And cut to my girlfriend saying, "Hey, me, have you ever tried meditation, guided?" I said, "No, I haven't." She said, "I really want to introduce you to Kundalini Yoga." And I was like, what is that? Kundalini Yoga. And Kundalini Yoga is an incredible way to meditate. And of course, there's a ton of different ways to meditate. There's no right or wrong, but it was the way I chose. And it was hands down, like, life-changing. And my depression started to dissolve, my anxiety started to soften, and I got to really connect to my worth, my value, my confidence, and it was such a beautiful experience, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. So today I want to talk about the science, because if you know me and you follow me, I like science. I like science that's backed, that gives you the facts of why things work and how it works. And science and spirituality to me are a beautiful way to just find balance in the world and find your state of grace. So this study, number one, so through the next few weeks, we're going to talk about 9 different ways that science has proven why freaking meditation is the number one way to like get yourself in an up level of your brain and a strong space in your mindset and your heart set. And number one is today's topic is 1 is the loneliest number. That's our topic for today. Number 1, the science of 1 being the loneliest number. Now I can't remember who sang that song. I think it was 1 is the loneliest. 3 Dogs Down. Somebody tell me if that's right or wrong. I'm not sure. It could be the Beatles. I don't know. Anyway, so 1 is the loneliest number is our topic for today, number 1, and how meditation can save you from feeling lonely. So our basic needs, what are our basic needs, guys? Let's see, we need sleep, we need food, we need water, we need exercise. So you might recognize all of these facts. These are great, but did you realize how vital human connection is to your overall emotional state, physical state, and mental state of well-being? Holy crap, like huge, like exponentially huge. It's almost like, it's crucial. That's a strong word for me. It's crucial that we have human connections. And according to the study of 300,000 people plus, this was published in the PLOS Medicine Journal, that people that were in social circles had both quality and quantity of relationships in their lives, not only were happier human beings, but they lived 50% longer than those who were lonely. So I don't know about you, but my plan is 109. That's like my goal. I'm gonna live to 109. I think that's a pretty good goal. So I feel like I'm meditating now and things are going my way so far. Like I just feel like things are just really beautiful. And I'm not saying life is perfect. Okay, we all have our stuff, but meditation is definitely for me a game changer. And when I'm feeling stuck or low in confidence or feeling sad or anxious or depressed, that's what I turn to. I turn to a simple breathing pattern. I turn to a mind dump and these beautiful ways. Hi Sandy, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. So another study proved that the human connection improves your immunity. It lowers your depression, it lowers your anxiety, and it brings up your self-worth, confidence, your empathy, and so much more. Our minds are so powerful. And we as humans, it's built in our programming that we tend to stress and worry and about the past, right? Like, oh my God, I did this, I did that, and I should have done it this way, I should have done it that way. And then we almost become obsessed with the future. And that just doesn't help, because neither of those places are allowing us to live in our state of present right here, right now. And when we're not in that present state, that means we're just not really connecting to the now, whether we're with ourselves or with other people. And it's really unhealthy, and it becomes an unhealthy byproduct, both physically and mentally. So let's talk about a physical exercise we can do together right now. Okay, so I want you to think back to a time when you felt the most happiest in your life. Think of one instance that brought you the most joy, where you were just like over the moon excited. It could be something simple. It could be something more extravagant, maybe the first time you fell in love, the first child you birthed, I don't know, the day you got married, the day you got divorced, the day you stood up for yourself with your boss, the day you just claimed your power in the world, the day you, I don't know, graduated college or bought a house. Think of that moment where you were just so joyful. Now reflect on that and think about the details. What did it look like? What did the day look like? Was it sunny? Was it overcast? What were you doing? What was the event? Who were you with? How old were you? What time of year was it? Just go through the details in your mind. I'm imagining that you recalled a time with family or friends or loved ones, because when we have a recollection of happy moments, it's most likely to be when we've had another human being experience in our lives, when we're connecting with other individuals. Which brings us to this really incredible anchored feeling of awareness with present time, and it takes us out of the loop of worry. It takes us out of the connection to fear or stress when you are alone. So sometimes when we're sitting alone, we have this overwhelming feeling like I'm so alone, nobody loves me, I'm not good enough, right? That's when our thoughts can just really do us a disservice. So going into that space of joy, that moment of joy that you had in your life that you have already experienced, and revisiting that can bring us to a beautiful place of just present time in where we are right now, recollecting that and going, okay, here I am, connecting with other human beings and creating quality and valuable relationships in my life. Now, face-to-face connection with a healthy group of people is ideal. It's the best medicine for loneliness. It really is. But however, it's not always possible, right? We have busy lives. We're balancing our work life, our professional life, our personal life. Lots of things are going on. So luckily, neuroscientists are on top of their game. We know that when we feel isolated from the whole, the collective, there is a region in our brain, think about it like a car, similar to a car. A car can become overheated. And in the brain, we call it the parietal lobe. And just like a radiator keeps the car from overheating, your parietal lobe keeps yourself calm and just cool, right? Meditation is the perfect way to save your brain from overheating, from going into that deep, dark, dangerous place of loneliness. So maybe, yes, you're like, well, I have my best friend and I have, Bob and Joe and Jen and whoever those people might be, and they might be like your besties, and that's fantastic. But I'm going to ask you, will you please introduce meditation as one of your new best friends? Bring that into the mix of your other amazing friends. It's so, so, so important. So this is a really cool study that was done by Dr. Andrew Newberg, and he was at the University of Penn, I believe. And he took a group, I think this is really cool. He took a group of Tibetan monks during meditation and measured their brain, like what their brains were doing. And as expected, their highly intelligent frontal lobes lit up like a Christmas tree, like the 4th of July. And that's normal. Like that's what happens when you meditate. And this has been done under countless studies. But he went even further. What he was most surprised about was that as these meditators were doing their thing, the third dimensional base parietal lobes cooled off immensely, which is the same area in the brain that has loneliness and social isolation can bring up to a boil. So that third dimensional base part of the parietal lobes became cool and was allowing the body to stay calm during meditation, which is when we're not functioning in that way and we're feeling stressed and we're feeling anxious, we go to that space of like, I'm lonely, and we isolate ourselves and everything comes to a boil and you feel like you want to explode, right? That usually comes with anger or rage. That's how it would show up for myself anyway. I used to get really angry, and I literally like just ugly anger, like ugly face anger, like and just, not good. So in meditation, you feel a sense of connection to everyone as a whole, and so it cancels out that destructive effects of loneliness. So it really it melts it away, it dissolves it in a peaceful way. And the reality is there are 7 over 7 billion people in this world right now. Over 7 billion people in this world today. And so many, I don't know what the exact number is off the top of my head, but so many are suffering from loneliness. So many are feeling alone, feeling isolated, and feeling like they don't belong. And the truth is, everyone, friends will come and go, right? We all have transitions in our lives. So let meditation be your anchor. Let meditation be that anchor to keep you in a state of feeling grounded, connected to your internal being with your ego that's right here, and then connecting to your higher self, which is in the ethers, and letting everything pour in to the highest consciousness, to present time, to authentically showing up for yourself. Being exactly where you are is pure perfection, knowing that everything is always working out for you. So that is my introduction to chat number 1, that 1 is the loneliest number, but the reality is meditation can connect you to everyone as a whole, because we are all energetic beings living in this world, exchanging energy all the time. So today I invite you to smile at a stranger. I invite you to do a simple meditation, like just sit down for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and just focus on your breath. Just breathe in and breathe out. Even if that means putting your hands on your belly, closing your eyes, and you can do this anywhere, okay? It doesn't have to be a certain place, a certain time. It has to be when it feels like you need it. And that feeling like you need it is when you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, and lonely. So I hope you enjoyed my conversation, our chat today. This is my share for today. I'll be back on Thursday at 11 a.m. with our next topic, still under the science of why meditation is such a beautiful gift and using meditation versus medication. Now, of course, I encourage you to see a doctor and then make decisions, okay? If you're really suffering from deep depression and you feel that's your necessary calling, then go there and do that. I encourage everyone to get options, see what's out there, and then make the best choice that works for you. If you are new to meditation and you're interested in learning more, I have a course that I just launched. It's going to be a live course on July 18th. We start. Whoever signs up for this course, we are going to be face to face, just like we are right now, with other like-minded, like-hearted people on a Zoom video call. And I will guide you through meditations for anxiety, depression, overwhelm, self-confidence, self-esteem. And over that 4-week time, you will build the foundation for your meditation practice, and then you'll receive all of those videos so you can have them for the rest of your life. So the link is in my bio if you're on Instagram, and the link is right here in the description if you're on Facebook. Sign up quickly because we have a limited amount of spots, and actually they're going fast. I was surprised. I got so many requests yesterday. I was super excited about that because this is something I'm so passionate about. So happy Thursday. So wait a second. I said I'll be back Thursday. I'll be back next Tuesday, not Thursday, guys. Pardon me. Okay. So we'll see you next time. Thanks again for joining. Big, big hugs, and have a great day.